everyone, this is Xarin from Smitten Kittens in my mint wig, and today I'm going to be talking about my pointers for those interested in doing cosplay, Gravure, or sexy shoots. Sexy. So if you're interested in this topic, please keep watching. As a background, I am Xarin. I'm a cosplayer in the Philippines occasionally, or sometimes I have sexy photos which are here, the more safe for work ones. And if you're interested in others, you can always follow my Instagram, which is inactive by the way. But yeah, so I know a thing or two about going on sexy shoots. So in this video, we're not really gonna question the morality of these shoots. I'm not going to be commenting on your reason why you do it, why you should or shouldn't do it. I'm just gonna say my pointers for those who are interested in doing it. Anyway, first off, I think this one is super obvious. If you're underage and you're still a minor, please wait. Please don't go into sexy photoshoots. Please don't go into Gravure. Recently in the cosplay community, there's been news that some people who are underage tried to do sexy pigs. And I'm like, don't. Because there's a lot of consequences in doing this that's not obvious at first glance. So some kids might just think, oh, it looks cool, or I want photos. So they go for it, but they're not yet ready to face the consequences of doing this thing. And this thing has consequences. Everything has consequences. So when you're at the age of 15, 16, 17, and I'm not saying this to belittle people of this age, but it's a common fact that their decision-making skills still isn't as sharp as a fully grown adult. And even as fully grown adults do a lot of things that we regret sometimes. When you get into Gravure, when you take sexy photos, these photos will be around forever. Even if you delete it, even if you decide one day that you don't want to do it anymore, there's gonna be someone out there with a copy of that photo at last. Possibly your parents could find out, your workmates could find out, it could come back to bite you years later, and you have to be at peace with that. And if you're in that age or you're still a minor, I don't think you still know or can grasp the weight of that. And then, of course, it's illegal. You know, technically it's still, so you're putting yourself at risk, you're attracting all sorts of attention you shouldn't attract. And then you're also like putting people in potential danger if they work with you and you lie that you're a minor. At the same time, in this industry, should I call it an industry? It's more of, okay, in this community, there's a lot of people who will take advantage of you if you're younger, or will keep trying to push you more. Especially older men, older photogs, they'll kakaya-kayanin ka nila and they'll think little of you kasi bata ka pa. That's true. So I think you should definitely wait until you're of age before you decide if you want to take the leap and take photos like these. My second advice is one I already touched upon earlier. You have to come to terms or come to grips with the fact that anything you post or any picture that results from you shooting Gravure will be online forever. Someone will always have a copy of it. Someone will save it. Even if you're like totally obscure, even if you post anonymously on Twitter or whatever, someone's gonna save it. And there's an off chance that someone is gonna find it or find you, even if you try to post anonymously or have a pseudonym. So as a guideline for myself, I try not to post anything that I will regret. That's why I don't really have an anonymous account, or like I show my face, I'm fine. Because everything I put up there is stuff that I don't mind. I'm gonna say, yeah, that was me. I go by that question, am I fine that this photo is forever online? And then that's what I ask myself that, and if I say, yeah, I'm fine, then I go for it. And then there's another question I try to ask myself, am I fine with my loved ones, my family, my workmates seeing these photos online? There's families that are a lot more conservative, there's work that's a lot more conservative. If this could potentially damage your relationship with your family or your career, I would try to imagine how damaging it would be, because the truth is, even in anonymous Twitter, anonymous NSFW Twitter, there's always people outing each other, which is terrible, by the way. But yeah, there's always the off chance that someone's gonna show someone, or someone you don't want it to see is gonna see. My mom is fine with the stuff I post because I'm an adult. Okay? In cosplay terms, I'm like middle-aged woman already. So yeah, she's fine with it because I'm a grown-up. My third advice would be to set up very clear boundaries of what you're comfortable with doing during shoots, or or in the final output of your photo shoot. If there's certain photos that I'm like, it's fine with me, like showing this is fine, showing this is fine, this sort of angle is fine, but I draw the line here. And you always have to have that line, because in this industry, people, whether they intend to or whether they don't intend to, they're always gonna push you further from the line, or trying to push you over that line. For example, when it comes to your fans, future fans, or people who buy your content, they're always gonna be asking for more. That's the nature of consumerism. But yeah, they're always gonna be like, if hanggang dito yung pinakita mo, what are you gonna do next time that's gonna grab people's attention again? What more are you gonna show, or what other content can you do? And if you haven't established exactly what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do, you're gonna keep getting pushed to a point that you might regret it. Kasi in that moment, when you're doing the shoot, when people are saying stuff, when people are suggesting stuff, it's easy to say yes, but it's hard to say no. So in my opinion, you always have to have already decided na I'm not gonna do this. Always discuss kung ano yung shoot, ano yung specific, ano yung angles, ano yung storyboard, para walang conflict pagdating ng day na yun. My next advice would be like super obvious, and it's been said by a lot of people in the community. If you're going to a shoot, don't go by yourself. That's common sense, but I still see so many people doing this, and it concerns me, especially kids. If a photographer, or if someone who wants to have a shoot with you, tells you that you can't bring someone else, don't go. Don't go. Even if you know them personally, you can't trust them in situations like that. Like showing your skin or showing a sexy side of you. It's gonna invite temptation. So it's always better if you make the space safe for yourself by bringing a friend. And if the photographer or the other person doesn't allow you to bring a friend, don't go. That's it, plain and simple. Don't go. You're always gonna find someone else more trustworthy and someone with better photography skills, trust me. Kung sino pa yung mga perverts, sila pa yung trash din yung photo. Wala lang, observation lang. Anyway, so yeah. Now we're gonna talk about photographers. First off, do your research, check their portfolio, check the comments of people who worked with them. And I'm also gonna say that even if the photog is like respected or has a great portfolio already, make sure na you still take precautions. Like, it's better to be careful, still bring a friend. Something else I also do with my sexy shoots is that I book the room and the venue for myself. All my shoots here, ako yung nag-book ng location. And that's a privilege I have because I'm working, because photos is not my full-time work. But that really helps kasi you control the location. The more things you control, the safer you are, okay? So, I've seen a lot of cases na yung the girl ended up being taken advantage of. It's because they went to a venue na yung guy or yung photog yung nag-book. So, as much as possible, yung venue, ikaw mag-secure. Like, it's a place you know, it's a place you feel safe in. Because a lot of people shoot these things sa Airbnb. Don't spend overnight with them. Like, don't. Lalo na if di mo siya kilala. So, I have like photographer friends who they just come there, drop by for the shoot, and when the shoot is done, they go home. So, yeah, I pay for the booking because I'm selfish. Because as I said earlier, if this guy is a stranger and then naghati kayo sa bayaran, ibig sabihin may karapatan din siya sa venue or room na yun. That means he might want to sleep there, and if you don't know him, that's dangerous. Those 2 points are basically saying na if you can control as much of the shoot as you can, the venue, who stays in the venue, who paid for the venue, that's safer for you. And that's what I always tend to do for myself then and my own peace of mind. I think that's what I can say in regards to preparing the shoot. Now, during the shoot, make sure to always speak up if there's something that's bothering you, if there's something you feel uncomfortable with, sabihin mo agad sa photographer or sa assistant or sa companion mo. And if there's an angle they want and you don't want it, say no. Post-shoot, something my photographer friends and I do, or that they're always so courteous enough to offer, is that after the shoot, they always show me their camera. Okay, I always review all the shots and they let me. Minsan nga I don't ask. They just, after the shoot, it's common courtesy na they then pick the camera and they're like, yeah, review the shots. So if the photographer didn't lend you the camera so you can look at your photos, ask them. I would say which photos I like, I don't like, which should be public. Another thing I'm going to mention is being touched. In general, almost every photog I worked with has never touched me when shooting sexy shoots. They don't. Some photogs, they will manually move you to pose you a certain way, which is kind of rude. They would be like, kakain ka nila dito, tapos gaganunin ka nila. And if a photographer is very touchy, ekis yan, ekis. You have to have guts when doing this, and you have to be able to stand up for yourself. Because if you can't stand up for yourself, people will push you around and get you to do things that they want you to do, and you might not want to do. So yun, those are my pointers, and that's it for this talk. This is kind of a frustrating talk, to be honest. I mean, I enjoy sexy photoshoots, I enjoy cosplay Gravure, and I've been blessed that all the experiences I had with it have been great because I work with amazing people, but all the time I see these stories about girls who have like less than stellar experiences or who have gotten taken advantage of. If you're interested in doing this, I'm asking you to please consider it seriously. A lot of people, especially younger people, think that it's fun and games, and it is fun. There are real dangers here, especially when you're toying with a theme that's sensual. Even wholesome shoots have dangers. So I really hope that this doesn't happen to any more girls. And I hope the advice I offered was able to help people. If you've been on the fence about it, or if you have any fears or questions about doing sexy photo shoots, please comment down below, or you can reach out to me privately if you want on my Instagram or my Facebook, and I'll answer you there when I have time. But if you're interested in crafting, sewing, and my cats, please feel free to follow, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Happy crafting. Well, photo shooting.